Well, a little catch up on where the whole week went. Before I could leave Oregon, I had to send out all the prizes for my 500th episode show. And then I wandered up to Washington. There's a nice shot of Mount St. Helens, which blew up in the 80s, I believe. I stopped in and saw some friends along the way. There's good old Bratty one right there. And T.L. Spud ran into the Spudster. And, of course, Sleeping Stars, who took me to a wonderful dinner and gave me directions to an amazing scenic drive in the North Cascades. After spending the night deep in the forest in a tiny little hotel I found, I set out the next day to find this wonder.
I'm now taking Highway 20. I am in Nehalem right now. That's where I'm at. I'm going to continue to Diablo, which is supposed to be a beautiful place to see. I'm going to continue down around the 20 and go to the Grand Coulee Dam.
Well, this amazing relief map kind of shows where I am at. I came over from this way, Highway 20. I am now right here at Diablo. This is Diablo Lake that we are looking at. You can see these snow-covered mountains. They're all around me. Just all around me. Deep in the Cascades. Just a gorgeous view, gorgeous backdrop. The Pacific Northwest has some of the most gorgeous motorcycle riding you'll ever do. I loved every minute of it. What you're looking at here is the spillway coming out of the Grand Coulee Dam. It goes forever, and then I got my first look at the dam itself.
Of the dam. The dam is just under a mile wide. Oh, guacamole. This is enormous. Holy guacamole.
It literally takes 15 minutes to drive past this thing. It is so freaking immense. I couldn't imagine. I am standing in front of the Grand Coulee Dam. I haven't made it up to the top yet to see the reservoir on the other side. But folks, I am a builder. I build stuff for a living. And I can tell you, this is nothing short of an absolutely monumental project. There were 11 million yards of concrete put in this dam. It was initially only going to be 150 feet tall. Once they got in that far, they decided to make it a full 550 feet tall. This supplies electric power, hydroelectric power to the great Northwest, where the power was used to produce aluminum during the Second World War. This is the view from the top side of the dam. This is now known as, I think, Roosevelt Reservoir or Lake Roosevelt, something like that. This was also constructed during the 1930s as part of the New Deal project to put, thousands and thousands of men to work. This was constructed in similar time to Hoover Dam, but this is 3 times the size of Hoover Dam. So here I am in Spokane, Washington, walking out of an Irish pub, and who should I run into?
Hey,
but
what a
Craig
coincidence.
Mason. What are the odds of the two of us? Craig, it is always a pleasure to
Always a
run
pleasure, Zoe, brother Zoe. Makes me
We
want
are,
to ask, do you believe in coincidences?
into you. No, they're written down by God.
Exactly. Amen.
Craig, I love you, my friend.
So,
Thanks
a
so
pleasure
much.
to see you, man. I love you too.
Always good to get together with my brother, Craig Mason. Don't miss his show, Bird Talk, on Saturdays. Okay, I'll see you in the chat.
Adios.
After leaving the Grand Coulee Dam, I headed for Yellowstone, driving through some beautiful parts of Idaho and also Montana. Got rained on pretty good. Got rained on really, really good. Quite a bit, in fact.
Friends, your brother Zoe checking in from the side of the road. It is about 4:30 in the afternoon here. I'm about half hour south of Missoula, Montana. This is actually a place called Drummond. There's nothing out here. It's just a rest stop. But beautiful scenery all the way around. Just gorgeous. I'm standing next to this small building because of the wind so that you can hear me. But I spent most of the morning coming down from Post Falls, Idaho, driving in and out of light rain. Just enough to get you like superficially wet, and then you get a little sunshine, and just about the time my leathers would dry off, it would start to rain again. Couple of times I had some extended rain, like 20 solid minutes of rain, you know, tucked in behind my windshield. But for the most part, survivable. I mean, I've been in way worse rain than that, way worse. But I'm now in a beauty. I mean, you can see how gorgeous and sunshiny it is. It is just freaking picturesque out here. Beautiful. Beautiful freaking day. I'm going to get in as many miles as I can. I'm on my way to Yellowstone. I want to see Old Faithful.
You know, folks, sometimes bad luck turns to good luck. About an hour out of Yellowstone, I decided to stop for the night, and I couldn't get any rooms at the town I wanted to stay in, so I drove 15 miles to the east to a little town called Virginia City, Montana. And it is a legitimate Old West town. They have the oldest bar in all of Montana there, called the Bale of Hay. They still have wooden sidewalks, and I stayed in a quaint hotel from 1840. It was fabulous. This is what my room looks like.
So this is my room for this evening. It's a quaint little old Western room in an old Western town. Accommodations. We all share a couple of restrooms, all of us, and then the shower's down this way. But this whole place is just filled with antiques. And this is the foyer. Look at this joint. It's like stepping back in time. I'm waiting for Wild Bill Hickok to come around the corner. This is the oldest saloon in all of Montana. The oldest saloon. Let's go have a cool one. Even got Bullwinkle.
So first thing in the morning, I shoved off for Yellowstone. And I got to tell you, just the ride in through Montana was just absolutely breathtaking. Such beauty to behold.
Not going to see that every day. Have a good time. YouTube viewers to see the cute little girl at Yellowstone. Did you give me my card back? Okay. Good. If you knew the park rangers looked like this, you'd have been here a long time ago.
You're gonna make me blush. All right, here's your credit card.
Thank you kindly.
And I just need you to.
We'll find Dad.
You too. Nice to meet you.
So I meandered my way through Yellowstone, seeing buffalo and Roosevelt elk, enormous herds of elk, the biggest damn animals. So impressive, and really, really a pretty ride in. Just nothing to complain about. It was a perfect day for a motorcycle. I had to drive pretty deep into the park to find Old Faithful. It's not a 5-minute jaunt, let me tell you. It's like 80 miles all the way through the loop road.
Well, it looks like I finally made it. And there she goes. She is blowing her stack right now.
So after leaving Old Faithful and finally finding my way out of the park, I was headed to my buddy's place when I came across the
Pretty darned amazing view of the Grand Tetons. Absolutely majestic how high they stick up in the air. Wow. Folks, it's your brother Zoe by the side of the road here. Sometimes you just get so blown away. You gotta pull over and stop. And I am at the mouth of Yellowstone, going into where we will find Old Faithful, among other amazing sights. But I just had to stop and show you this. This is what I've been looking at. This is what I've been looking at for like the last hour. All right, this is my scenery as I go down the road. It is just a picturesque, gorgeous, sunny, beautiful. What a beautiful day to see such a beautiful country. Get out there and see Yellowstone.
Well, after finally leaving Yellowstone and passing through the Grand Tetons National Park, I checked out the rest of Wyoming, which has just such a diverse landscape. It's amazing, and came over to my friend's place in Casper. This is my buddy, Big Don. He's formerly from Oregon, now living in Wyoming, where he was born. This guy whipped up some ribeyes, and we had ourselves just nothing short of a feast.
At my buddy's place, who is kind enough to let me strip old Libby down and do her some justice. It's been a while. It's been a while since she's had a good grunging, or degrunging, should I say. But, hey, she's still shiny. Liberty, that's her name, Liberty. And I'm about to take some liberties here real soon. I'm heading up to the Devil's Tower today.
Well, after some more diverse scenery in Wyoming, it was a good 3 hours plus to get to the Devil's Tower, but it was worth it. It was the very first national monument ever set up. You asked?
Well, my friend, I've been wondering how long it was going to take to see this thing. I am 17 miles away, and you can just see it out there in the distance. There she is, the Devil's Tower.
This is a pretty amazing national park. The very first national park ever. And the basalt is, it's just, the way it just, like like a pimple on the Earth's butt. This thing just soared up out of the ground, according to geologists. It is massive. It is massive how big this thing protrudes up into the sky. It's really almost indescribable. You can see it from miles away. Of course, it's always going to remind me of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. What can I say? Well, that gets us caught up to present time. I did a short live earlier just to let everybody know I'm still alive. I said I would do some editing, and damn it, I did it. Going to be a late upload, but hey, now you can see where I've been for the last week. I'll try to be a bit more regular on the future videos. I've got a lot of great places to go and a lot of cool people to see. I was having some trouble with my GoPro camera. I stopped and I bought some batteries and a charging unit for it, and it turns out they don't mate up with the freaking camera. So the whole idea of broadcasting live from my helmet is kind of out the window at the moment. I'm going to see if there's got to be some way to make it work. Just a little ill-prepared at the moment, but I think I'll get a little help from my buddy Abe Sinclair. All right, you're up to date with your Brother Zoe. We will see you on the next exciting installment.